watching.
Welcome, one and all.
Hey, I wasn't paying attention to the countdown. What's new? I never really know what's going on. I don't have the mic over here, babe. They can't even hear me.
They can hear you. You're loud now.
They can hear me. Don't I know it? Y'all, how's it going? How's everybody's first week of summer break going? Woo! Billy, how are you today?
Fabulous.
Yeah? Why so fabulous? I have a mint, guys. Sorry. That was weird.
I just got done chewing mine.
Yeah, I look weird in here because I'm like talking funny. I'll chew it real quick. Okay. What up? Billy, why aren't you talking?
Why don't you talk?
Because I'm being so weird. Is that why?
Yeah.
Guys, should we do Mad Gab again? It was so funny. In case anybody was wondering, we have Spider-Man and we have Batman with us today. Ooh, I still can't figure out this thing. So they're joining us. The knock on the door is probably Parker Rose. She's wanting to come in. We say, Which Spider-Man, Billy? Which Spider-Man is out on the wall? The OG Spider-Man?
This is Thanos right here. That is the OG Spider-Man.
OG Spider-Man, the original Peter Parker. Anyway,
we also have Albus Dumbledore.
Albus Dumbledore. Good old Albie. Shepard, we're live right now. You can't tell me anything. All right, guys. We're having some fun today. We're out of it a little bit. We've been outside most of the day enjoying a little kiddie pool that we had. The kids had a slide. It was great. So I am disheveled, to say the least. Anyway, Billy, what game you bringing to these people tonight?
We are going to do some Disney trivia.
Woo! Disney trivia. I just spit all over your screen. Billy gets really mad at me because I accidentally touch his screen sometimes, like I'm pointing something out and I touch it.
Every screen in the house has smudges all over it because
they're not all mine.
There's a lot of them.
They are not all mine. So anyway, he gets very, very mad. So I'm curious, Billy, is a touch screen worse than a spitty screen? Spittle screen, I guess.
Oh, they're both terrible.
Both terrible. You heard it here first. All right, so Billy, we got some Disney trivia.
Disney trivia.
Woo, woo. I was thinking we should do Mad Gab.
We're giving away a $100 gift card to Chipotle.
Who fronting that?
Just kidding. No, you guys are going to be answering the trivia questions, and it's for Pride. See which kind of trivia check-ins we have in this chat right now.
Okay, so it's just for, like, glory, nothing else.
I said Pride.
All right.
Glory. What else
just
do you
for
want?
Bragging rights, really. That's all we do.
Bragging rights, sure.
Billy, can you explain spittle?
Spittle is like it's a little spit droplets that come out and they land on things around you. So you also
sometimes it's called gleeking,
yeah,
right?
sometimes you've heard it called as gleeking. Like, you know, sometimes when you're talking it just like shoots out and you didn't even know you had any saliva in your mouth. It just happens.
Amen.
It's just a little spittle because it's not like spit. It's a little spittle. So
little spittle. Little spit spittle. All right.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
so,
I know.
We're gonna do some trivia.
Yes.
And then,
Disney trivia coming in.
Disney trivia.
Disney trivia. Do I get to participate since I don't see the screen?
Not fun.
Rude.
Doesn't seem like it'd be a very fair.
Why? They've seen.
Because you get 20-second head start because that's what the delay is.
Oh, fair.
So,
I forgot about the delay, guys. I really did.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
It's like my first time. It's my first time on the interwebs.
Obviously. Okay, so here, for anyone who just joined us, we're doing Disney trivia.
Yeah.
You're going to answer in the chat the answer to the question. So, without further ado, here we go.
What's important?
It's for Pride. So, the first question is, what is Aladdin's monkey friend called?
You want what?
What is Aladdin's monkey friend called?
No, you may not.
You might call him his sidekick. Maybe his best friend, his confidant.
There.
his ear
Here, it's just
to
not gonna
listen
work. Okay, out.
because it seems like Aladdin has a lot of problems.
No. Okay, but then you have to close the door and
So,
go out.
what
Put it on
is
and then hand it back
Aladdin's
to me.
monkey friend called?
I know.
You
Parker,
should know. You're
do
an
you
adult.
know Aladdin's monkey friend's name?
Yeah.
What is it?
Eleven.
Aladdin. Okay. Out, please. Can you close the door?
I don't know, like this tiny.
Ursula, Steve, Abo. Ooh,
It's
Brendan.
close, Brendan.
It's close.
Oh, hey, Sheppy. Do you
But
want to
it's
show
not
everybody who
Abo.
you are? Who are you, Sheppy?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Which Spider-Man? Miles Morales.
Miles Morales.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
like I need to give it to Ethan because he at least the phonetic pronunciation of that word,
Sure.
Abu, is correct. Brendan
No.
said Abo,
Abo.
which is not correct.
Not correct. It's a boo.
I'm gonna give it to Ethan, who
No,
seems to
put
be
the
the
pen down.
champion of all these types of games we play.
That's real true.
Why
Do
are they
you?
in here again? I'm
I don't-
confused.
I don't really know. Things got out of control really quick,
No.
guys.
Hey, you guys need to get out of here, okay?
Sorry, I was holding my chapstick.
So we're gonna
Lipsol,
give it to
not
Ethan.
Sponsored, but
Sorry,
would
Brendan.
love to be sponsored by Lipsol.
Okay,
Are we putting things out there?
we're not sponsored by anyone. Okay,
No, we're not.
here we go. In Beauty and the Beast,
Yes, you can have a drink.
what is the name of Belle's horse?
Ooh,
I
Belle's
believe that her
horse.
dad also rides this horse.
I think that's how they find her dad.
Yeah,
because it
the
comes
horse
back,
comes
right?
back. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Parker's
Um,
here.
So
It's
what
also
is
No
the
Pants
name
Wednesday for Parker. So,
of Belle's horse in Beauty and the Beast?
Parker, do you want to say hi,
It's
people?
probably not Seabiscuit.
Probably
It's also
not.
probably not Secretariat.
Probably not.
Probably not Black Beauty.
Parker, do you know Belle's horse's name?
I don't know any other famous horses.
What is it?
Um,
Horsey. Parker thinks the name is just Horsey. Is that right, Billy?
I don't know. I don't think so. The answer.
Chip is not the name of the horse. That is the Mrs. Potts' son's name.
Ugh,
It's a
Amber,
little
you
cup.
can't just put an emoticon
Yes.
of the animal, okay? You did that for Abu as well, and it does not work. Tonto is another name. Yeah,
Okay, why
yeah,
don't you
okay,
ask the people how you spell something?
I know how to spell stuff with SHEPSHEPSHERD.
What'd you just spell,
You added a
Sheppy?
little extra letter or two. Hey, can you go out there with
All
me,
right,
please?
guys.
We're doing group buddy.
We're falling off. The wheels are falling off this not so well-oiled machine. Sam, no oops necessary. You know, it was an honest mistake. They are in,
I can't.
that is a character in Beauty and the Beast, so you weren't that far off. I am getting surrounded by little people.
Yeah, hey, you guys need to go out there so we can do this, okay? The answer,
Parker's looking at
Because
the
you guys
screen and going,
don't
Mommy,
know,
Daddy,
is
Mommy,
Philippe.
Daddy.
Philippe, is the name of the horse.
Philippe!
So,
Close the door
because
for me, please, Parker, okay?
we
One more
do
drink.
not have an answer there, Ethan's still in the lead with one. See if I can
Yeah,
get.
you may have a drink too.
There's
Ouch.
no way anyone knows the answer to that question.
What's the question? Let me see if I know it.
Okay. We're gonna throw this out there, even though I'm 100%
No,
positive
you can't take the cup out there.
that
Please bring me my
you guys
Gatorade.
are gonna know it. The question is, what is the name of Ariel's daughter? What is the name of Ariel's daughter?
AJ, Ariel Jr. Okay, just leave it a little bit close,
That's
please.
not correct. So
No,
I don't
close.
even know. I haven't
Okay,
seen Little Mermaid
bye.
in probably
All right, that's perfect. Let go of the door.
22 years.
Okay, great. Thank you.
So. Oh, I didn't even wait.
Guys, we just sneak attacked our children and locked them out of the room.
Amber says.
Your maiden
my
name?
maiden name? Her maiden name?
Phillips.
No, that's Philippe.
Oh,
I think that we're a little behind. Still.
guys,
No.
the children.
Ariel's daughter. I don't even know if that's in the first one. Is that Little Mermaid
I
1.5?
don't know.
Little Mermaid 2?
It's the one with Flounder.
Okay. I think Flounder's in a couple of them.
Okay, move on. What's the answer?
Does she have a daughter? I think it has a B in it. It does not. The answer is Melody.
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 See, I told you you guys weren't gonna know that. So.
He right.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna
Sometimes you just
throw
gotta
an
dance,
easy
guys.
one at you, okay?
Great, love it. Love the easy ones.
What is the name of Nemo's dad?
Ooh, easy.
Should be very easy.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Yep. Sam says definitely the sequel for
Amber said it
Ariel's daughter.
first.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Good job, Ams.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Sheesh.
The
Ay,
name
caramba.
of Nemo's father is...
Are you gonna do a drum roll for 15 seconds?
Maybe. Should we play Mad Gabs by ourselves while they guess the answer? That's
No,
a great idea.
That's a terrible idea.
That's a great idea, Marge.
this is
The
terrible. We're
name
trying
of
to
Nemo's
do-
dad. Marlon, Ethan, with the win.
Ethan again.
Guys, I have my Mad
Goodness
Gabs ready to go.
gracious. Okay.
Marlon Wayans. Good job, Brendan.
I think that this is gonna be another easy one, but we'll ask it and we'll see.
And then we'll
I
be
need to
Mad
give you
Gabs.
guys some hope, some faith that you guys can get some of these answers. Who is the only title character in a Disney animation feature movie that doesn't speak? Should be pretty
The
easy.
title, what? Say it one more time.
Who is the only title character in a Disney animation feature movie that doesn't speak?
Okay, I think I know the answer to this, but is it Disney or is it Pixar?
I said Disney animation feature movie.
Then I guess I don't know the answer. Okay, you ready for this?
Wait, you think that there's a Pixar movie where someone doesn't speak?
Wally.
He says his name. Yeah, he's the one who says that. He's the one who says that.
Those
he
are
speaks.
sounds. They're not real words.
No. Goodness. Oh. Sam, I'm embarrassed that you said Wally. I know
think
that you
Billy
said
is
it
legitimately
delayed.
embarrassed by me a lot of times, but whole kitten cup poodle. Whole kitten caboodle.
Yes. No. Wally, he says
Thumbelina.
Wally Eva. No. Not Thumbelina.
Is it Hunchback of Notre Dame?
Ooh, that's a solid guess.
That is a solid guess.
Answer is incorrect. I'll give you a hint. They just remade this movie in the last 2 years, maybe. When I say remade, they did like a real life version of it, like how they redid Aladdin.
Okay, so it's
and Lion
Aladdin, Lion King, Beauty and the Beast. None of those have title characters.
There's one more. This one flew under the radar, and I don't think it did very well. It was kind of dark.
Maleficent?
No. This is terrible. This is embarrassing.
Okay. Check Cove Fault Raids.
Jack of all trades.
Excuse me, I thought I was supposed to guess.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna give you guys another couple seconds. with
Essay
the new
matter,
quote.
rough act. As a matter of fact.
Sleepy Beauty is not correct.
Mowgli?
Mowgli is not correct. Pete's Dragon is not correct. Okay. Answer is Dumbo. Dumbo does not speak.
Interesting.
So
Fun fact, guys. Y'all learn something new every week when you come join us.
I thought that was gonna be an easy
Tie
one.
Man Duck Hen.
Time and again.
Billy! Boo! Billy's ruining Mad Gab for me.
Let's. Man, I thought that was an easy one. I gotta find some really.
No, just keep trying. Just keep trying. We got this. We got this! Lady and the Tramp. I think the lady talks, though. Brendan finally guessed Dumbo, but I think he probably already had heard
It's
us.
probably after we said it, yeah. Okay.
That better not be a roll-tide elephant there, Amber.
In the movie
kidding,
The
Leslie.
Jungle Book, what type of animal is Kaa?
Ka?
K-A-A.
Ka.
What type of animal is Kaa?
I see what you did there.
You see what I did
I
there.
see what you did there. Say it again.
What type of animal was Kaa?
Ka.
Did they
Why did you say
remake
type of
Lady and the
animal?
Tramp? Yes, they did. I think it's the Lady and the Tramp is only on Disney Plus though.
I don't know.
I think it's the only place you can find it.
There is pure chaos outside that door that is locked.
Do
Parenting 101.
okay,
Lock your kids
Brendan.
out.
You said do an High School Musical
Puma.
question.
Don't
That is
snap on
so
it.
grammatically incorrect. It makes me want to vomit.
Is it Puma?
Puma.
Is Ka
No.
Puma?
Uh,
Is it a snake?
Anna gets it. We knew what you
Ka.
meant. Ka
Ka.
is the snake.
But more specifically, isn't it a boa or a python?
I don't know. One of our kids is crying.
Yeah, real bad. Shepherd, what's wrong?
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
well, take a deep breath and tell me through the door.
Okay. This is an easy one. So we need you guys to get this
Does it
one.
sound like that's my
What type of animal is Bullseye from the Toy Story movie series?
I know.
Bullseye.
Bullseye. Ride like the wind, Bullseye. That may have given it away.
Type.
Also, Anna is actually Derek.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Derek. Yes, I'll deal with the children. Yes. What's wrong?
Oh my
Did it hurt?
goodness. Moana?
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Moana for what?
No.
Moana? I don't understand.
Go out there. No. Hey, Liam, what
I
I
was
say about
thinking
keeping
of
your
Moana.
siblings out there?
Hi, Derek. What up, Derek?
A horse! Nay! Billy, can you do your gallop? It's so good. It is so good. Sorry. Somebody keeps texting me.
Here.
And I'm very sorry.
Take care of the kids while I do my gallop.
Okay. And I'm very sorry. I don't know who it is. So if you just texted me, please send me your name too. I'm sorry. I should have saved it.
Okay. Okay, so here is my gallop. All right, ready?
It's so good, guys. You're in for
It's
a
pretty
treat.
good. It's pretty good. So you gotta be able to slap your hands like this, okay?
Okay.
And then you slap them on your leg. All right, that's how you gallop as a human, okay? So, oh my goodness, you're a screenwriting major? That is embarrassing. You'll figure it out though. Okay, so Horace was correct. I think that we have to give it to Amber because she said the emoticon first. Okay.
Right outside the door. No.
My goodness, the kids are on another level tonight. Hey,
Such another
easy
level.
with the microphone.
Easy peasy.
Okay. In Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs,
Okay.
which dwarf's name starts with the letter H?
I know this, I think. They should remake the Seven Dwarfs. You know, pull in some characters from Lord of the Rings, all the little hobbits. What?
Well, there are also dwarves in Lord of the Rings.
Dwarves and hobbits? Do you want me to talk in a British accent all day? Cheerio. The kids do miss you guys. They're like, oh, my people are on this. They're watching my mom and dad. Why can't they watch me too? Ethan says happy. I'm sorry. I don't know what Harleshpishcord is.
Halarpsichord?
Halarpsichord. What is that? Is that a name? Is it happy? Billy, answer.
Yes, happy. I'm
oh my
sorry.
goodness.
Ethan.
Talk about the longest pause ever.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Happy is correct.
What's a halarpsichord?
That's just the name of a thing.
A name of what type of thing?
A name of a thing.
In LOTR?
No. Okay,
What
here
is
we
it?
go.
Bleh. You guys like my crazy ways.
Okay, this is the last question.
Last question.
So I think Ethan unfortunately takes it because he's gotten
we
three.
could make it worth a couple more points. Make
All
it a
right,
more
this
difficult
one, whoever gets this one's the Grand Poobah, the winner of all.
Grand champion.
All right,
Disney
and-
trivia.
In Walt Disney's Chicken Little,
Ooh.
Earth must be saved from what danger? From
danger?
what danger?
A misspell. Sam, thank you for the clarification. It's just a misspelling. I appreciate it. Appreciate that. Chicken Little. Chicken Little. Guys, I can't stop moving. I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyway. Billy, did
Chicken
they
Little.
enjoy your horse?
I don't know. It didn't get many laughs.
Didn't get many laughs.
But
Could you do
it's
it
not
again for
supposed
me?
to be funny. It's supposed to be more informational.
Oh, to give them the falling sky.
Nope. Falling Sky is not correct.
Derek says aliens.
Derek would be correct. The answer is an alien invasion. Correct. Derek.
Oh,
Alien danger.
The
The
number
sky is
texted
falling.
me.
What's the?
Kate, thank you for texting. So sorry that I didn't have your number saved, Kate.
All right.
Anyway.
So, that is it for trivia.
That's all.
That's all,
Should we
folks.
do another Microsoft Excel? Microsoft Excel?
Yes. I'm not sure why we're still doing Mad Gab.
Mowerthan Nuke Inchu. Mowerthan Nick Inchu.
More than you can chew. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
So here we go. We are going to transition
One more time. Everybody's feeling fine. Here we go now.
Announcements.
Yes, here we go.
Announcements.
Who has got the flow?
Do announcements.
Name the band. Name the band.
Announcements.
I left out the lyric that said, I heard you, Billy.
Do the announcements, please. Do them.
I'm only going to talk in song from now on.
No, please
But I need to know, you guys need to know who sang that. I left out the lyric that would have given away the band that I was just singing. So. The funniest part to me is Billy's eyes kind of roll back a little bit when he cocks his head back. Oh, guys. We're going to keep ourselves entertained, that's for sure. We laugh a lot.
We laugh a lot.
Okay, I just got blurry all of a sudden.
Do the hand thing. Slowly.
In sync, that's right, Sam. In sync has got the flow. All right, I don't know if it worked.
There, it's good.
Just look at me blurry forever.
All right,
okay.
Announcements. Do them.
Announcements. All right, guys. So it is summer. To start off the bat, we are still doing a VBX. You may have heard in the weekend announcements this weekend from JB, John Buckles, that there will still be a VBX. It is going to be an experience. It's also going to be an adventure for the full family. So, okay. Hi, Trevor. Thanks for joining us. I just saw his chat. So we're doing a VBX. We are going to change it up. Obviously, we cannot meet in person this summer for our VBX and to be able to execute it the way that we want to. So we are switching things up a little bit. We are going to do an experience for the whole family outside of the home for the 4 weeks. There will be one night a week for the 4 weeks in July. I'll get the camera angles right one of these times. So what we're asking is for students to volunteer to help us. If your family or you don't want to participate, we'll have them. We're hopefully going to have them at different parks and things like that around Westerville. So maybe it's you and your family want to serve there. Maybe it's you and a friend who you've been in quarantine with or something. I don't know how it's going to work all out, but we could use some help. So if you guys want to help with VBX in any sort of way, we're going to be doing videos. We're going to be making videos to creating videos to promote things on the weekend and also for our group, our weekly meeting. I don't want to give too much away because we're still kind of working some of the things through, but it will be really fun. We're trying to make it, we're trying to make the best of what we have to offer. And so it definitely will be something that you won't want to miss out on, whether you want to participate with your family and your siblings or whatnot, or if you want to volunteer with us. So either way, let me know. Would love to get you guys plugged in a certain type of role, including song and dance. So be sure to include what type of area you want to help out in. A couple other quick announcements. Tuesdays, we are still doing our study. We are looking at changing times for the next couple weeks at least while we're still in the Reckless Love study through Right Now Media. We are going to stay at 4 p.m. on Tuesdays. I will continue to send out the link. I will continue to send out all the information in the Remind app. So if you don't have that, shoot me a text or leave a comment, and I'll be sure to connect with you so that you do have that information. And then on Thursdays, we're doing our game time. So Thursdays at 4, we're going to do game time. At 4, we're probably going to switch that time as well. I just feel like with summer, 4 is kind of the middle of the day. You're either still outside in your backyard playing or running around or doing whatever. So make sure to join on Thursdays at 4. This Thursday, so tomorrow, we are going to be doing a scavenger hunt. So kind of like what we did at the beginning of quarantine youth group time. We had you do a scavenger hunt around your house. We're going to be doing the same thing. So get ready. We're going to have some fun with that. I'm going to have some fun with that. I don't know if you guys will, but I'll definitely have fun asking you guys to go run around your house and find things. And it will all be on Zoom too. So I'm sure we're going to get I'm going to get a little motion sickness, but it'll be great. 2 more announcements, I think. I don't know. First off, I know we had talked about summer camp, and the hope was to be able to go to Impact Camp again this year. Unfortunately, that is not in the cards this summer. They have canceled camp altogether this summer. So we are not going to be going to Impact Camp, but we will hopefully be creating other opportunities for students to come together in a healthy sort of way that follows all safety protocols and whatnot. So we are looking to still do a summer schedule where we have some meetings in person and some meetings via YouTube, just to help keep us in community, keep us in fellowship, keep us engaged with one another in a physical sense as much as we can throughout the summer, as some of the orders have been lifted and social distancing, not that it's been decreased, but has been lessened. We're hoping to get some of those things, a schedule made so that we can do some of those things. So unfortunately, no summer camp, but that doesn't mean we won't be seeing you guys this summer. So be on the lookout in the next couple of weeks for us as we finalize the summer calendar and what we intend to do in what months and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure that's all the announcements I have. Also, in the comments, I want you guys to vote. We are thinking of pushing our youth group time back. 6:30 in the summer seems a bit rough. You know, it's hot all day long, sunny all day long. So 6:30 seems a little early. So we're thinking about pushing it back. If we were to start at 7:30 or 8, you wouldn't be hearing the knocking at the door. You wouldn't be hearing all of that stuff because the kids would be asleep or in bed, quiet somewhere. So we're thinking about switching it. If you guys would be able to make 7:30 or 8 work, let me know. That would be, I think making it later for the summer is probably more ideal. So just, I guess, mostly let us know if that doesn't work for you, because I think in my mind, we're going to make it work at some, I don't know, guys. But let us know what your thoughts are on that later time. Also, can you hear the strain in my voice? I feel like I'm going hoarse. Should I talk quieter? That seems out of character. Anyway, 8 p.m. I see you, Amber. I like that idea. So anyway, that's all I have. Billy, what are we doing now?
We are going to watch some student good news.
Woo! Student good news!
Good evening, students, and welcome to summer. I'm here with my co-host, Toothless. Jubilee, if you remember her, had to be let go because she was stealing catfish from the boss's refrigerator. A tragic tale, but we're very happy to have who we have. Now, much like the pools we wish we all had, let's dive in. Everyone might remember how last month we were trying to get some sponsorship from Coca-Cola. Well, this is the only hat I have, so I'm still wearing it, but Coca-Cola would not reach out to us, and instead we were being sponsored by Snapple. With this Westerville students' classic first and last day of school pick, we see that not only do we grow taller during our school year, but our pants actually grow longer. Very convenient. After a month of wearing a mask all the time and having to smell his own breath day in and day out, this Ohio student realized there's no limit to how many Tic Tacs you can buy. Now that's a good move, and some student good news. We're at the end of the school year, and I think we all know that means class superlatives are coming around. Well, this Ohio student took home the biggest walnut. I don't know what that means. Does anyone know what that means? Nah, I don't think I know what that means. But good for you. Here, we see that a couple Westerville students built what at first glance appears to be a gaga ball court, but after further investigation is actually a viewing cage for Westerville's first invisible car. After some local sisters dared their youngest sibling to shave their head as part of a quarantine dare, they were elated to find the sibling was actually a French bulldog. I'd say that's some good news. While COVID certainly has its frustrations for a YouTube sensation, this young Ohio student and YouTube star realized that without school in the morning, he can stay up past 9 p.m. With all the extra time that quarantining has provided, some students have been turning to making art projects. And some of them are good! Just look at this one! There's things in it. It makes me think. I like it. A local student chef from Westerville has recently found out that if you instead call yourself a baker and call your cheeseburgers macarons, no one makes fun of you for eating 12 cheeseburgers. That's a pretty good deal. Let's see what the Snapple fact of the day is. Quarantine is actually Latin for to learn one's own body odor. Sounds about right. Should I say, smells about right. In some not as good news, this local Ohio student realized that even during quarantine, your teachers can still catch you in the front yard if you're wearing your headphones. But they'll give you a nice balloon. Right here's a picture of two children, one of them basically a baby, drinking Starbucks. That's just pretty cute. And there you have it. That's all we've got on Student Good News, and I know what you're all thinking. Toothless didn't say a darn thing during this entire broadcast. I'm pretty bummed about it too. But even though summer started and you might not feel like students, you still are students, and we appreciate your Student Good News. As always, if you do have any good news to share, please send them to Billy and Maggie, who may or may not have said they'll pay you $25 for everything you send them. And I don't know, it might work out. Should probably try it. That's it. Hope you have a good summer.
All right. Student Good News coming live at you again.
Good news. You're blurry.
I know. We're going to not be on here in a minute anyway. So, again, if you guys have any Student Good News, send it to me. Send it to Billy. Send it to Sam or send it to Amber. I pointed all in different directions, so didn't know if you caught on to that. And you may be featured in the next SGN. Who knows? So, Billy, what are we doing now? Do you want to intro the next thing or do you want me to intro?
I'll intro so you can take care of the wild ones.
No, don't make me. I'll intro so you take care of the wild ones. Okay.
So we're going to be doing worship. It's Bailey again and his whole group. Same thing we did last week. But we're going to do worship, stand up, get up, do it, get ready. Oh, I just muted you so you can't say anything. No one can hear you. All right, guys, enjoy the worship. You guys are awesome. Everyone spam in the chat. Thank you, Bailey. He's amazing for doing this all the time.
Don't use the chat right now.
Yep, not right now. I just blocked it, so don't do that. Maybe later. Okay. So here we go.
The weapon may be formed, but it won't prosper. When the darkness falls, it won't prevail. 'Cause the God I serve knows only how to triumph. Oh, my God will never fail. Yes, I know my God will never fail. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. And I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. Oh. just we sing. You take what the enemy meant for evil, and you turn it for good. You turn it for good. Oh yes. You take what the enemy meant for evil, and you turn it for good. You turn it for good. Make it louder now. We say, you take what the enemy meant for evil, and you turn it for good. You turn it for good. Raise an anthem now. Yes. You take what the enemy meant for evil, and you turn it for good. You turn it for good. Oh yeah. You take what the enemy meant for evil, and you turn it for good. You turn it for good. I'm gonna see a victory, 'cause I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. Yes, I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. Yes, for the battle belongs to you, Lord. Sing it again. Yes, I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. Yeah. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. Turn it to Him, we say now. You take what the enemy meant for evil, and you turn it for good. You turn it for good. Oh, you take what the enemy meant for evil, and you turn it for good. You turn it for
Thank you. I'm not muted. You're muted. So, I run this show. I know things go. So thank you again, Bailey, for doing that. We really appreciate it. And I hope that you guys can spam the chat. Even though it's not being shown right now, it'll still show up when you watch it back on YouTube later, which he does. So, but tonight we're going to move into our next segment, which is the message. And we have someone special joining us tonight who had asked multiple times to give the message tonight. So we're allowing that to happen. So everyone, please pay attention. Put your phones down. Or not, unless you're watching on your phone. But pay attention to what's being said, and please give all of your attention to the one and only Maggie Height.
I'm still muted. Woo! Yes, guys. I feel like it's such an honor and privilege to get to talk to you guys. So, we are back. Before we get much farther into this, my daughter is at the door saying, "Mommy, Mommy." Yes, Parker Rose. Pardon? Okay, then go potty. She peed. She peed. There's a bathroom literally on the other side of this door. I mean, kind of. It's like 6 feet away down the hallway. She peed her pants. We are thriving, okay, guys? So, anyway, is there lots of pee? Oh, there's a lot of pee. There's a lot of pee. Okay. Thanks, Billy. If you guys are asking us how quarantine's going, it's pretty much that. It's like things are 3 feet away, and they're like either blind to it or just can't fathom. Emotions are real high. So, guys, it's great. It's great. It's also been really good. Liam and I had a really cool conversation yesterday, actually, about quarantine and how it's been difficult. He had school turn-ins, so we talked about how it's been difficult, sure, not seeing his friends and teachers and stuff, but how at the same time how it's been difficult, it's also been really fun because he's like, yeah, now I'm like actually friends with Sheppy, and like I actually love hanging out more consistently with our family. And not that he didn't like it before, but it's just a more consistent family time. So anyway, I digressed there. You can't take my water out there. It's actually Gatorade. Let's be clear. Gatorade is way better than water. And I know the water boy would get mad at me, but the water boy is not here right now. It's just me. So anyway, we are going to start a new series tonight called The Call. So I know that you guys aren't supposed to spam the chat. I get it. But at the end, after we've prayed, I would love it if you guys could tell me what I'm referencing when I say the call. Okay? The younger generation may not get that. You probably have to be like maybe Amber's age and above to get it. I don't know. Some of you may get it. I don't know. It's from definitely like 2000 or so. And if you know anything about me, then you should know what I'm like referencing when I say the call. Okay? So we're going to enter the call series. And so, oh my goodness, guys, the kid just walked right in again. The call. I need to focus before we just lose it all night, okay? Oh my goodness, guys. Billy is very, very frustrated. He also has his headset still on, so he can hear everything I'm saying. Okay. I know, awkward, you totally don't know. Okay, the call. I'll tell you guys at the end if we haven't had any guesses. So, okay. So what I wanted this to be about this series, it's going to be 3 weeks. So it's tonight, next week, and then the week after. I kind of made like the volunteers tribute sign from Hunger Games. Anyway, I am so psycho today. The call series, I just wanted to look into the idea that we all have been uniquely created by God to live out a specific calling that He's placed in our life. And so I think before we dive into this idea of figuring out our unique calling and just what the Lord has really called us to, we have to figure out like what is our calling and how are we supposed to know it. And before we dive into even that level, and the realities of that, we must look at this idea of if we are to fully understand our calling and fully understand what it means to live in our calling, then we have to know and live in a space of being completely surrendered to the one who called us in the first place. And so when I talk about surrendering, the instant thing, I'm messing with the camera, I'm so sorry. The first thing that comes to mind for me is my freshman year of high school. You guys know that I wasn't like following Jesus then, and it was all about like sports and extracurriculars and the weekends and all of that sort of stuff. And so my freshman year, I was playing soccer in the fall, and it was just North and South my freshman year. Central hadn't opened yet. And we had a big rivalry week for all the sports. So the like soccer teams, the football team, we all had the North-South game the same week. So no matter if you played soccer or if you played football, the North-South week was the same across the board. And so baby freshman Maggie, I was a baby freshman, but I was also like large Marge, so nonetheless. So anyway, our soccer team, the girls, we were like, man, every year it's soccer tradition. We go and we like break in. Again, I don't condone my behavior as a freshman in high school, okay? We break into South Stadium and we honestly, like, we didn't wreck it. I've told you guys this story before. We didn't wreck it, but it like wasn't the best. And so I went along with it. I knew that it was wrong. I knew that I shouldn't probably be doing that. And if we got caught, like, I was going to pee my pants. Like, I didn't want to get caught. But I also knew that, like, I was a part of this team. Everybody else was doing it. So I'm just going to surrender to the idea and submit myself to whatever they have planned for us and not be this awkward freshman more so than I already was, not going along with what they were doing. And so we obviously broke in, we jumped the fence, we decapitated some cats and like left them with just like a little bit of stuffing and like fur or fabric connected, and like hung them from their goal nets. We put a washing machine, because we called them Dirty South, in the middle of the field. Like we egged this field, guys. Like when I say we destroyed it, yes, we did. But it also wasn't like, I'm trying to justify it. It was not good. It wasn't good, regardless of how I tried to spin it. It was awful. And I knew that it was wrong the whole time. I knew that I wasn't supposed to be doing that. But I also was more concerned and more surrendered to the idea that I wanted to fit in and wanted to be popular and wanted to do what my teammates were doing. So I didn't care about the guilt that I felt afterwards, or that I would feel afterwards. I didn't care about the potential consequences that I may face. Like those things I didn't care about. We as a team collectively said, this is what we're going to do, and we're going to live with whatever happens. Now we did. We obviously dealt with it on the soccer field later. I mean, we won, obviously. But our team was punished. We ran so much once the coach found out what we actually did. So it wasn't ideal. But I was surrendered to the idea. I was fully committed. I was submitting to what my captains were telling me we were going to do. And that was how I was living. And that's what I was thinking about. And so when I think about complete surrender and complete, so when I say surrender, I also mean like submission, completely giving in to something else, even if you think it's right or wrong. Like it's just complete. Like remember how we did full send? It's that type of mentality, just completely giving yourself over to something. And so complete surrender is giving ourselves completely and fully when we're talking about it in our faith. Okay, so I'm switching gears now. Complete surrender, when we're talking about in terms of following Jesus, is giving ourselves completely and fully into the hands of our Creator. God claims it. God is worthy of it. And without it, God cannot work his blessed work in us. So complete surrender is not just this idea that we can come to on our own, but it's also something that God commands of us and God calls us into and calls us into a way of life. And so obviously that's a lot, but we're going to break it down. And so there's two parts of this idea of complete surrender. And the first one is the first side of living a life completely surrendered to God is to do what God calls us to do. Giving ourselves up completely to the will of God. Not allowing our... obviously, we're going to still sin and make mistakes and fall short, right? Like, there is no way that we could completely or perfectly live in that way. But it's the shift of mentality to go from surrendering to this worldly view, this idea of, for me, right, in the soccer reference, of being popular and fitting in, completely shifting that to be like, man, if I was fully surrendered to God at that time, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have cared what my teammates thought. I wouldn't have cared what, I wouldn't have been plagued with the guilt. I wouldn't have cared, right? And I wouldn't have gone along with it. Or I would have stood up for the justice part of side and said, no, that's wrong. Like, you guys are stupid for wanting to do it. But I didn't, right? And so it's giving ourselves up completely to the will of God. And it's living in this verse in 1 Corinthians 2:9, which is, no eye has seen, no ear has heard, no mind has conceived what God has prepared for those who love him. When we completely surrender our own will to that of God, we get to experience this unfathomable, I think I said it right, way of life. It's far better than any way of life we can imagine. And it's a far better life than we could. Yeah, I read that same line over again, so my bad. God has prepared for us unheard of things that we cannot imagine, nor can we conceive it. Like, we cannot understand, we can't even think about the amazing ways God blesses us. God lavishes and throws his love on us, right? Like the ways we experience God when we are completely surrendered to him. And sometimes those ways of complete experience are hardships and the way that we see God walk us through those hardships. Sometimes it's in the joys of life too, right? And having him walk, like being able to see and reflect and experience him walking alongside of us in those joys. It's both and. It's both sides of the hardships and the joys. It's not one or the other, because we're not promised an easy life. But we know that when we completely surrender to him, that God's will is going to be made, God's will is going to be done. And so the second then part of it is to understand this life fully and completely surrendered to him, is to let God work what he wants to do. To let God work what he wants to do. To submit ourselves, our will, into the hands of God to work in us to do what he sees fit for his pleasure and his purpose. It's not about what we see fit for ourselves. It's not about what we see fit for our own enjoyment, right? It's all for the enjoyment and the pleasure and the purpose that comes from God. And so when I think again back to that soccer story, right? Like, I was acting and surrendering to a life and to a decision that I knew was for my own pleasure and purpose. It was only to benefit myself. It had no other person could benefit from the shenanigans that we did that night, other than the laughs that we had as a soccer team afterwards, but for my own benefit of saying, man, I made memories tonight. I'm going to fit in. They're going to accept me for who I am. And that's all I want, right? It was all about that. Instead of this idea of submitting our will and ourselves into the hands of our God, right? It's our God. He created us to work in us, to do what he sees fit, not us, but him, so that his pleasure and purpose can be seen through us, right? It can come into the equation. I said that wrong, but you get what I'm saying. And so when I think about what that looks like, I think about the John 3:30 verse that says, he must become greater, I must become less. And I know I'm just using little parts of scripture, but the truth is still there. He must become greater, I must become less. When we completely surrender into the hands and will of God, into a life that is truly following Jesus, it is completely surrendered to him. And in that way of living, he is greater. There is no way that self can become higher when we're completely surrendered to God. God wants to work in us in a way that we cannot understand. We can't understand what God wants to do for us, with us, on behalf of us. We can't understand it. And that's what's so majestic about God, right? Like, it's what's so amazing about God, is that no matter how much we study and how much we read and how much true intimacy we can have with the Lord, we still can't understand all of who he is and all of what he does for us and all of just the incredible things that he has in store for us. We can't understand it. But nonetheless, he wants to do that. He wants to work in us every minute, every moment of every day. And because of that, God is willing to maintain that for us. When we completely surrender to him, we know that it's not on our own. He knows that it cannot be on our own strength, right? It's not on our own strength, but he will maintain it for us. It is of his strength. And the only thing that we need to do is to surrender, to submit and trust in his abounding love for us. And so for this completely surrendered life, God's nature in that, right, is to help us get to this point of complete surrender. God's nature is to make us aware of how helpless we actually are, so that in that helplessness, we realize that the only true way to truly live life is to completely surrender ourselves into the hands of the good Father, over to God's perfect, perfect way of life, right? And again, when I say perfect way of life, I mean in his perfect will, not that we will live it out perfectly. And like I said before, God claims this way of life for us and will sustain us in our surrender. But we have to answer the question, are we willing? Are you willing to completely give yourself over, to completely submit yourself, to completely surrender your own self, to live in according to God, for God, with him in complete control? Because God calls us to that way, right? God calls us into that life. And he will sustain it for us in that surrender. When we say yes, God will sustain that surrender for us. But we have to be willing, and we have to be willing. And so my question to you is just, are you willing? Are you willing to completely surrender your own self towards the will of God, for God, to completely surrender our own selves, to live a life fully surrendered to God? And so that's all I have. Sorry, I ended it weird. I didn't realize how weird it was worded when I wrote it out, but it is what it is. So, guys, that's it. I think Billy's going to pray for us. And then we'll leave the chat up normally like we do. I know I was going to tell you guys what the reference is. The Call is one of the Backstreet Boys. It's a song from the Backstreet Boys. It's called The Call. So
Yikes.
It's off the album Black and Blue. Don't worry about how much I know about the Backstreet Boys. It's fine. But that's what it's from. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys hanging in there. I know it was a little long and not so pithy tonight. That's a Ben Aish word for you. So yeah, thanks for hanging in. And catch us tomorrow at 4 for our Zoom meeting and scavenger hunt. Billy's going to pray now.
I'm going to pray and we'll end this thing. God, thanks for tonight. Thank you for speaking through Maggie. As always, I pray that you just opened our hearts and minds to what you wanted us to learn. And I pray that we would seriously consider what the Lord is calling for us, what you're calling to us, or what you're calling us to, Lord. And I pray that we look at that and examine it honestly, and not just on a surface level, Lord, but try to really figure out what you have called for us. I thank you again for this time, the ability to still do this. We pray this in your name. Amen.
Amen. Thanks, babe.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks,
Enjoy
guys.
your
We'll see you soon, hopefully,
week.
right?
Oh, we'll be seeing you.